must be in paradise.
This year, Ritual takes on new space and dimension. Traditions will be reimagined, breaking free, and taking on new meaning on the road. I love the energy!
This year, the revelry is bigger and better. More colors, more meaning, great packages for the masqueraders. Tobago Carnival is freedom.
This year promoting safety in all events for Tobago Carnival. This year promoting whining, not minding people business. This year promoting clean fun, security and freedom.
Freedom to be any version of yourself that you choose to be with love and safety. Here, you have permission to be you, uninhibited and free.
So what you waiting on? This year, this October 2024, experience the ritual, revel in paradise, release yourself. From the greatest little island on the planet, this is the Tobago Carnival 2024.
morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the wider Caribbean, wherever you may be viewing from. Welcome to Book Club. My name is Jewel Green, and of course you're tuning in for us to chat with another author, another fantastic author. At Book Club Corner, we chat with authors, we chat with stakeholders of the publishing industry, and today we have with us the amazing Joel Frederick. Mr. Frederick, are you there?
A nice adjective you use, amazing. It feels very special this morning being here. Thank you for having me.
It's wonderful to have you with us today. I'm in beautiful Scarborough. The weather is nice. I can see the beach right across the road. The port is right there. Yeah. It's fantastic today. Where are you and how is the weather?
I'm in Toko, the lovely village of Kumano Village, Toko, and the weather is nice and sunny. But I'm not close to the beach, but I'm close to the beach.
Well, you're very close. Kumana is as close as you're gonna get when you're in Toko. Sometimes heading that way, you know. That's the are you there yet? And they say yes.
Yes. Yes.
And Toko is close to, it's kind of close to Tobago when you look at that side down by Pigeon Point. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, it is.
So fantastic. We're glad to have you. Listen, Mr. Frederick is one of those authors who does not stop writing. He has a number of books. He has done a number of wonderful things. And apart from being a poet, Mr. Frederick is also a 5-time published author, and one of his books, the latest book he has published that we'll be chatting about today, is called The Divergent Language of Absolution. I feel like this is literally a textbook, right? The Divergent Language of Absolution. And he is on a mission to do what? To change the world one stanza at a time, one verse at a time. So thank you for being with us. This divergent language of absolution, we have quite a lot to get into. But before we go any further,
sure.
What do we do on Book Club Corner? We sit and we sip and we chat. And today we're having, well, I am having my cassava wine. And I will not be needing to swirl and sip and savor. I already had this before. What are you sipping on, Joel?
Well, incidentally, I'm sipping on I couldn't find myself a bottle of wine this morning, so I'm sipping on some Amarula. I like the creamy stuff because I can't handle my liquor too much. So
all right, then let's take it slow today. We don't want to have you telling all your business on Book Club Corner, or do we?
Exactly. No.
We should do a virtual switch. That looks really good what you have there. When you come to Tobago next time, you're going to get a bottle from Joefield Wines so you can take back to Kumana, Toko.
I will hold you to that.
All right then. Listen, cheers to you, Joel. We're going on a quick short break. And when we come back, we'll be chatting with Joel about his experience as a first-time author versus a fifth-time author. So see you in a few minutes. Don't go too far. Get your snacks, get yourself comfortable, get a drink, and come right back here on Book Club Corner.
Good stuff.
Stay fit this July and August with free aerobics from the Ministry of Sports and Community Development. Let her play. Keep on moving. Java Edition. Join us every Tuesday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Hampton Lowlands Multi-Purpose Facility, Tobago. Register online via Ministry social media pages or visit our Tobago location. Hosted by the Ministry of Sports and Community Development and its Pink Rain campaign, empowering women and girls in sports.
So guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago. So it's goat racing time. This is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of the dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
Welcome back to Book Club Corner. Whether you're viewing from Amplia 102 or Tobago Updates Facebook or YouTube, we welcome you to Book Club Corner. We're chatting here today with Mr. Joel Frederick, 5-time author. Joel, are you back with us?
I'm here. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Joel, the first time you wrote a book versus the 5th time you wrote a book, because you have 5 books.
Yes. The first time, it was challenging. What happened before, I was just writing. I never had any intention of writing a book per se. During some years before, I just used to be writing because that was my craft. I was just writing just as a form of therapy, because men don't usually talk, and sometimes the pen and the paper listens more than somebody else might. So my wife said, "Boy, you only writing. Why don't you write a book?" I said, "Okay." So that was during the 2020 period, during the COVID period. So I had some time, of course, like anybody else, to sit down and really put my thoughts onto paper. The first one was, I already had some material because I was writing for somebody as well. So I had some material there. So after the first one, the others came thereafter was basically easy. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, I'm looking behind you and I'm seeing, this is really what we love to see authors do. I love your display behind you with all your books. So these are some of the books you've written. There's Purple Butterfly and a Purple Moon, right? If love was a word. I was wondering what you're meaning by that one. If love is a word. What's up with that?
I try to make my titles very provocative. Incidentally, the third book, which is If Love Was a Word, I basically wrote that one for my wife because you have the good side of love and you have the not so good side of love. So that book is divided into 2 distinct parts where I was kind of discussing the balance, if love was really a word or if love is a word. So you have 2 distinct parts of that experience.
If it's a word, if it's even real, I really love that. That sounds like a very interesting book to read. It's like the love on the dark side of the moon,
Yes.
I really like that. How did you feel when that feature came out? So you got featured in a Newsday. And as an author, sharing your work, sharing yourself, seeking visibility so that others may know what you are about and that you have books, because people can't buy what they don't know exists, right? How did this feature come about and how did you feel about it?
This feature came about, it was a labor of love because as somebody who's relatively unknown, I still consider myself relatively unknown. To get your work and to get your words out there, it takes a lot of communicating and reaching out to publishing houses and to media houses, you know. So I reached out to an editor, and she was interested in sharing my story. So when it finally was published and it came out, I said, okay, maybe I'm on to something here. It gives you a sense of accomplishment. You know, even if I don't become rich over it, at least even if one word or one poem touch somebody, at least I will do my part in trying to make the world a better place, or trying to give men that voice to speak about what ails them and what are the challenges. You know, so it was a sense of accomplishment for me.
I congratulate you on your book marketing efforts, because I tell authors all the time, you know, it's lovely, one, to write a book. It's amazing to, two, publish it. But three, that's the next phase of it. Trying to
Yes,
make
that's
sure people see you, see your book, see your material, and not just see your face, but understand where it's coming from, you know? And I have to
yes.
applaud you for going the extra mile, because a lot of authors, they just sit with their books. So authors out there, if you're a friend of an author, please encourage them to make sure that they take that step to market themselves. And if you're hearing me, authors out there, don't be afraid. Put down the introvert side of you, right? Let it take a seat somewhere and rest, and come out and share yourself with the world. We want to know what you're about, and people want to hear from you. It's not a situation where nobody wants to hear from me. Yes, we do. We want to hear from you. So please try and get the word out there. So congratulations to you, Joel, on that feature.
Thank you, thank you.
When you talk about men, when you talk about men and how they feel, and, you know, who listens and how well do they listen, and perhaps even if y'all want anybody to actually listen, because and I'm saying that for myself sometimes, because sometimes you just want a wall to bounce it off of, you know what I mean? You just want to be able to speak into the oblivion without any feedback. You just want to talk, right? And sometimes men too, you know, you all need that. Tell me about this mission you're on with your books, and talk to us in relation to what we talk about all the time: toxic masculinity, the traits that we associate men with, or that we imbue men with, that aren't working for you. Men don't have feelings, men don't cry. Talk to us about that and your book and your mission.
Ooh, heavy load there. Okay, so I'm going to try to offload as I could put it simply. I think we have been taught from an early age, as young boys, not to show emotions. Something happens to you, you know, what are you crying for? You know, he's a big man. What are you crying for? He's a man, you know. And, you know, most of us grow up kind of dysfunctional after a while, because we tend to keep our feelings inside. And then when we tend to keep our feelings inside, something happens. And as they say in Trinidad and Tobago, cause the pressure to burst pipe. You know, it's nothing wrong for a man to show his emotions and to be vulnerable. To me, it makes you more of a man, because what is the sense of holding all this emotion inside, and then you have no one to express your feelings to, you know, and sometimes doing that, it could lead to a lot of, you know, it could lead to the grave, it could lead to the hospital, it could lead to jail, because we do have an avenue to express our emotions. By me doing this, it was an indirect approach to kind of self-therapize, to give myself some self-therapy in that aspect. And by doing that, to see if me doing that will build a platform and give others the courage to do the same. Men who are experiencing the same challenges is in expressing their emotions and accepting their challenges and letting their voice be heard and not being labeled for it, you know. So that's my mission, basically. You know, it's helping myself and to help others at the same time.
As you said, it's a heavy mission. It's but it's a worthwhile one, you know, in society. And we don't want to go down the road where we're talking about you know, our gender issues today. But what we really want to focus on is your poetry. But I think it's powerful to mention the fact that you, as a male in society, you're writing and using poetry in a copy to, kind of purge yourself of things that you may need to examine, get rid of, repackage. And I think that is such a powerful thing. When we talk about writing and the cathartic power of writing, we want to make sure we talk about literacy as well. Because there's no writing, there's no reading if you aren't literate. So I'm putting a plug out there for all the men who may be functionally illiterate or just flat out illiterate. I'm putting a plug out there for you. Remember, literacy can open many, many doors for you. So if you're out there and you may be dealing with illiteracy, whether it's in yourself or somebody that you know, please get them the help that they need. It's not like, drinking or anything like that. But what we're talking about is approaching maybe ALTA, right, in Trinidad, or in Tobago. It's in Tobago, the Institute of Literacy with Mr. Sandiford. Approach them. They do a lot of great work and a lot of programs, right? And we want to make sure that we have a literate population, because that is directly linked to how we are able to critically analyze and internalize emotions, information, and situations. Tell me about you, Joel, in terms of your literacy. How could you have gotten to this place if you didn't have the ability to read and write? What would have been your position?
I will have grown up predominantly in a household where we used to go to church a lot, and we still do from time to time. And one of my my go-to books was the Bible, one of them. And then my mother used to invest in a lot of these investigative books like Laurel and Hardy, the Hardy Boys, those kind of. So it always used to pique my creativity and my interest in that imaginative world. And then I have to credit my stepfather as well, my deceased stepfather, Clifford Lizama. He also was a poet in his own right. He died being unpublished. And I think in some way, this is my way to give homage to him, to continue his work, because a lot of what I have, I got from him, So he was very instrumental in me pursuing my dreams and my passion now. So he could live vicariously through me, to become a published author as well. So I give homage to him.
Yeah, that is, Joel, you're hitting on so many good things this morning. One of the things that you're talking about is support for young people in terms of making sure they are reading, that they're literate, that they're doing well in terms of reading and writing, and that not just they're doing well, but that they're participating and they're making sure they're putting pen to paper even at a young age. So congratulations to your parents. Thank you very much, Mom and Stepdad, Dad, for being those instrumental persons in Joel's life. This is something, this is something that we underrate, right? The ability for those in your life, your parents, your guardians, to put you on the right track, right?
Yes,
we pretend that children are adults. They're not adults. They don't know what they're doing some of the time, and they need the guidance, good guidance. So parents out there, it's summertime. Don't let your children go back to school. September is coming swiftly. It's approaching. Don't let them come back to school without having read a book, The teachers just know,
Yeah, they come back dull because it's playing, because the mind, is not being fed.
All
So
right,
sometimes they come back to school dull,
Yeah, iron sharpens iron. So get them reading. Make sure they read a book. You bought them textbooks, you're buying them. Let them paper them and read them as they're putting that brown paper on them, right? I remember you used to paper all your books and write your name in it. This belongs to...
Lake Claim Playbook, yes, of course,
Yeah.
of course. And I was proud of it too. Yes,
I'm telling
yeah.
you, listen, when I finish paper my books, my edges sharp, that brown paper. And they used to give you brown bags, and back in the day, no, not these plastic bags, and they used to take the brown bag, cut out the bottom, cut out the side, lay it out, iron it out, right? Come mommy, you're buying that real brown paper at all. You iron out your brown bag, yeah, and you're covering your books. The edge sharp, man, when I tell you. Listen, we're going on a quick break as we're chatting with Joel Frederick about his mission to help men express themselves as he is expressing himself through his 5 books of poetry. Joel, we're going on a quick break. When we come back, we'll be chatting some more. Please, guys, ladies, don't go far if you're viewing Ampere 102. Facebook, YouTube, Tobago Updates, Facebook or YouTube, or you'll be checking us tomorrow on our Book Club Corner YouTube channel. Don't go far. Get a drink, get a snack, get comfortable, and come back with us right here on Book Club Corner.
Are you your wedding business for engagement season and book more clients? Refine is the place to be. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Saturday, 14th September 2024 from 9 a.m. Pigeon Point Heritage Park, Tobago. This premier event is designed specifically for Caribbean wedding industry professionals. Gain expert insights, practical knowledge, and valuable connections that can help you thrive in the destination wedding market. Register now at refinesummit.com. It is time to refine. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Get insider info, advice, and insights from local, regional, and international players in the destination wedding market. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Saturday, 14th September 2024, Pigeon Point Heritage Park, Tobago. It's time to refine.
So relieved Javel gave me this money. Now I could enjoy the holidays with my family and not have to worry about monies for bags, books, and shoes.
Javel? Who is Javel? She could give me some money too?
Javel is the July-August vacation education loan at Bethel Credit Union. Up to $20,000 to help with all additional expenses during this July-August.
Yes, you heard right. Call the Bethel Credit Union and ask for Javel. She'll hook you up with the money to take care of all your additional expenses this holiday season. Open to new members too. Get up to $20,000 and have a worry-free holiday with Javel. Call 639-8226 or 631-1336 or message us on Facebook for more information.
I can't live without you, I can't be without you for too long. Cause when I'm around you, I feel like the heavens is coming down. I feel it in my soul every time we on the road, it's a miracle.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Welcome back to all our viewers across Trinidad and Tobago and the wider Caribbean. We are so happy you're here with us today. Today we're chatting with five-time author, Joel Frederick.
Thank you again. I'm here. Thanks for having me again. I'm so taken aback by this opportunity for me to perform, because there's a lot of hard work to have. You have yourself out there, especially as a practicing introvert who's coming out of his shell. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, and we're so happy to have you from Kumana, right? Right in Togo. Togo people write too, yes. Right? Joel, tell us about these 5 books. We have the 3 books that you've written. Those were the first 3. The caffeinated, what is it? The caffeinated, let me see, whispers. Or what is this about? And then tell us about the other 2, the Purple Moon and If Love Was a Word, and the 4th book you've written.
Of course,
this is your latest one. But tell me about the first one.
Well, since my wife was egging me on to write a book, and I had some unpublished material, I wanted this particular book to touch on all aspects of my creativity. So it have from the highest heights of love to the lowest depths of despair and all the other emotions in between. And they have some observational stuff, some slight political commentary, but not so much, but more on a social issue. So I wanted my first book to cover all aspects of my creativity, and it's an inspirational book as well. So hence, and I wanted that book to speak or to shout quietly to the reader's mind and his perspective, hence the word caffeinated whispers, because when we drink caffeine, it tends to speak our interests, it tends to give us some kind of energy. So I wanted that book to speak to the reader's mind. The second book, Butterfly on a Purple Moon, it was more like an extension of the first book. It's an inspirational book as well. It's based on the lifestyle or the lifetime of a butterfly, because similar to a butterfly, we as human beings go through different stages in our life as well. So I wanted the book to touch on that, or to kind of mirror on that particular experience as well. And of course, the third book is, of course, a dedication to my lovely wife for being that inspiration as well. So it has some provocative pieces, not too much on the grown-up side, but provocative in terms of it will make you think. So it have the good side of love and the not so good side of love, and of course all the other gray areas in between as well. So that's my third book. My fourth book, but Guilty Decadence, 70% Guilty Decadence. I realize with the advent of social media, a lot of people doesn't want to read no long drawn out poetry. So this book have some very short nuggets. It's more like quotes, but very short nuggets. So that if they read it, they would not get too bored, or they would not have to say, "Oh, what is exactly he's saying? Come to the point. Come to the point." So I made it very short and concise, so the reader will not be too dissuaded by what I have to say. So that's my fourth offering. Yeah.
Tell us about this book that we're here to chat about, The Divergent Language of Absolution. Let me get into, first of all, the title. What a mouthful. When I first saw this, I said, wait, that's, first of all, that looking like a man backside to me. As my grandmother would beautifully put it.
Yeah, it's actually me in a kind of graphic way, because I don't like to do boring stuff. So I like my book titles to be very provocative as well. So it's basically saying the different ways we speak about forgiveness. So the front cover was basically an idea I had in mind. You have to actually come out of yourself and break down some walls for you to get to that place of of forgiveness, especially to the degree of when you have been hurt. It takes a while. It is a process. You don't forgive overnight. Even even though God said to forgive, it is a process. The reason why I did not start off writing this book per se, I was trying to I was dealing with some very heavy stuff. So I just, as men don't have an avenue to talk, pen and paper was my friend. So I was writing it down. It was 1, 2, 3 poems. Okay. This might actually lead to something. And before I knew it, I had about 20 or 30 poems. And I said, okay, it's best I make a book out of it, because if it's helping me with my therapy, it might be able to help somebody as well. So hence the title, The Divergent Languages of Absolution. It's a different way we speak about forgiveness. It doesn't mean that you have to forgive that person right away, but you go through a different process: anger, pain, hurt, resentment, absolution, and then sometimes we go back again. You really do me this, boy. You really do me this, girl. You start back over again. It is a process.
Yes.
Healing doesn't happen overnight. Yeah.
Indeed, I chuckled because it's so true. I was looking at something talking about the stages of grief, and I feel sometimes that the stages of forgiveness are also like the stages of grief. You have
Yes,
to
of course.
accept, that these things have happened, and try to be as kind and gentle with yourself as you may need to also be with the person, even in their wrongness. Right?
Yes.
We have to leave a little room for grace. You never know where the shoe may be on the other foot, and you are the person needing some forgiveness. It may not be the same thing. You may not have done or will do the same thing, but we all are sinners needing forgiveness, and
Yes, we all fall short,
also
yes.
giving forgiveness to other sinners as well. We're a world full of sinners, right? And I'm using sinner not in the vernacular of church, but in the way of transgression and
Exactly.
needing absolution. And I really love that.
Yes.
Joel, you're going to read to us today?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yes. 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 I come prepared for that.
Let me see. Hold up the book. Let me see. I want to see the size of the book, because I was reading the digital copy. Yeah, guys, don't feel because I don't know the size of the book. Or she didn't read this one, we catch her now, right? No. So you'll see how thick the book is, and how turn it on its side. I like to see. Yeah. This looks like an easy book to carry around, and I love a hard copy, to be honest with you, because I love my bookshelf to look a particular sort of way, right? So I like that. Joel, let me get my wine. Once I get my wine and I get a comfy spot, I'm ready for you. Read on.
All right. So this is as with my other books, I tend not to make my poetry too long and winding, because I feel that people might tend to lose the story. So these are very short quotes and very short poems as well. So this one is entitled "From the Ashes." Forget what the optimists say. Pain makes you evolve. One cannot be put under pressure and expect to remain the same. Only a fool fails to acknowledge that not only does the fire burn, but it also molds and reforms. And sometimes it also destroys. And that's why most of us are cautious about love. It's very short and concise. Yes.
You hit the nail on the head with that one, boy. Give us something to think about. Joel, read on, flip those pages and read on, because this book has some good stuff in it. I was getting into this book. Give us 2 more.
Sure, no problem. This one is entitled Too Late for Petitions. I did not just become bitter. My broken heart was bathed in salt, and when not yet mended, you plied me up with vinegar, until all I craved was the scent of disgust. Now I am so fixated on my infected wounds that I prefer the company of the worms rather than the bandage that you call love. And the other one I'll read for you is entitled The Process. Sometimes an apology is never enough because the glass has already been shattered. You try to sort through the broken pieces looking for some sort of retribution. Yet your peace of mind is your broken soul's only token. Perhaps you're paranoid because knives are hidden within expert charms. So you take their words under caution and keep your heart at arms. Sometimes an apology is never adequate, for the hurt is still new. Yet you still try to sort out the broken pieces and eventually find the courage to forgive those who have wronged you. Yeah?
Yeah. Joel, I have to tell you, I feel like this book may also be a good book for persons who have lost people in their life. I don't know how you feel about it, but I feel like this may be a book to give comfort, because I know for me, when I've lost people, there is, and it's weird, right? But there is some sort of forgiveness that has to happen, because there is some anger about being left. And I think this book, yeah, I feel like this book might be a good book to hit so many topics. I mean, the idea of forgiveness, it's usually because you're thinking somebody has done you something wrong or something bad, but a death in the family also brings up a good bit of anger and upsetness, because there are things you wanted to say you now can't say. There are things, opportunities for the same kind of redress, forgiveness, apology. The person probably didn't get to, apologize for some things that you feel they should have. So I think this book may be good for that. So just putting it out there. If you're out there and, you're dealing with or feeling, some, as we say, some big emotions about forgiveness, anger, hurt, resentment, this book, The Divergent Languages of Absolution, is a great book to get into. Really sit with it and write. Joel, you have a journal to go with this book?
Unfortunately, no, I don't have a journal to go with it.
This book sounds like a book you need to sit and write with. As you're reading it and things come up, you have to write them down. You have to get them out. And,
yes.
Let me not get into your business, Joel, but yeah, I think this book...
It's a great idea. Probably a second edition might come out, and I will put a journal in there for those who want to write down their thoughts as well. So it's a very good idea. Thanks. Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going on a quick break. For you to just kind of let go of some of these big emotions that this book would have brought up, right? We're going on a quick break, and when we come back, we're heading into the green room. We just heard from Joel Frederick reading from his book, The Divergent Languages of Absolution. Get that book, and when we come back, we're going to the green room, and he'll tell us where to get his 5 books. So see you in a few minutes. Don't go far.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tapago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tapago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tapago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tapago's at your service.
Attention members, now is your chance to double or even triple your dividend payment with no increase in your existing loan payment. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to boost your dividends effectively. Whether you're planning a vacation or simply looking to maximize your savings, we've got you covered. Call us today at 639-8226 or 631-1336. Message us on Facebook for more information. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Bethel Credit Union, because we see you at BCU.
And welcome back. We're here in Book Club Corner chatting with the amazing author Joel Frederick, and he is the 5-time author of a series of books and works of poetry, and he's chatting with us from Kumano. Joel, we're heading into the green room, and this is a space where we chat about insights for authors and publishers. So without any further ado, this is going to be our topic today, right? In the green room, we talk about insights for authors and publishers, and today we're talking about what or who are the big 5. They are the 5 largest traditional publishing houses left. Those are Penguin Random House, HarperCollins, Hachette, Simon & Schuster, and Macmillan. Each has dozens of imprints, and they may soon be the big 4. So last week we talked about the imprints. What is an imprint? And an imprint is basically a specialization of a publishing house. But these publishing houses have all been conglomerated and bought over and merged until we just only have 5 traditional publishing houses. How were you published, Joel? Were you traditionally published, which means that somebody paid you to publish your book, or were you self-published, which means you paid a company to publish your work?
Actually, I publish, all of my books are published through Amazon, through their subsidiary company, Kindle Direct Publishing. I wanted to have more autonomy over my work, and I wanted to try the self-publishing route, just to have a little challenge, to give myself a little challenge. I did not reach out to any traditional publishers. As a matter of fact, one publishing house, Simon & Schuster, they did reach out to me, but I don't think I'm in that space. I don't consider my work very good, so I was giving myself some time to build a platform, because I think that is important. As a publisher, if you want to put out a book, it's important for you to build a platform before you actually, because in that aspect you will have someone people who will be interested in getting your work done, because basically when you're self-published, you're basically relatively unknown. So you want to build that platform and to get your work out. So eventually I will reach out to a traditional publisher, but I think for right now, the self-publishing route is working for me because I want to have that, at least I'll have a body of work put aside, so when they do reach out to me, I say, well, I have this, I have done this, so I think I'll be a little more marketable in that aspect. So I'm not ready as yet.
Joel, I'm so impressed. Let me tell you what is impressive. You're saying one of the big five, Simon and Schuster, reached out to you and you said, no, I'm not ready. What?
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Let me tell you, first of all, for Simon and Schuster to reach out to you, Joel, you're ready. They don't reach out to any and anybody, I'm telling you, these big five, they have a hierarchy. So for your book to get to them, whether it was through an agent, somebody would have put it through for you to get somebody to reach back to you to say, listen, we got your book. That is huge. Any author will tell you that is huge. Now, I accept the fact, and I think it's magnanimous of you to bow out, seeing that you wanted to have a body of work, because they pay you some big money. This is the Daniel Steele and the Stephen King's people, right? These big five, these big five don't call on any and anybody. So kudos to you. Simon and Schuster, you say. I bet you were like this, going like,
I think I was
Simon
a little more.
and Schuster.
I was a little more. I was shocked, but I wasn't. I can't say it, but I want to toot my own horn in that aspect because I can still consider myself relatively unknown because, as you know, it's a lot of hard work to get your name out there. Is a constant process, a constant battle to get your name out in the media and media houses. That's why I really appreciate this platform that I'm on today. Is a continuing to push yourself and to get yourself out there. So I'm not ready yet, but eventually, I will get there because it's a constant process for me. I'm continuously writing. Just the other day, I finished my first memoir. Excerpts of Agostini is a kind of a short memoir of my experiences growing up between the age of 4 years and 18 years. So it's a constant process. I don't think I'll ever stop.
You have a new book coming out soon, isn't it?
Yes.
And
it's called.
Tell me, okay, I remember it well. The cover is really nice. Could we have the book cover come up there? I thought it was a really nice. Yeah, we have it. No, this one is called So the new book, which is called The Pieces of Me. So that's the gray one, guys. The Pieces of Me You'll Never See.
You never see.
Yeah. I like this one. The Pieces of Me You'd Never See. Let me ask, is this by choice or because they're literally so hidden? Because there's you could be saying it like, I'll never show you myself. I'll never reveal my secrets. What is it? Or you could be saying, you just will never see them.
The most of my books have a personal connotation to them. In this particular book itself, of course, that's my face when I was about 18 or 19 years old. I had a artist draw it, so I said, all right, I'm gonna make this a book cover and relate it to the title itself. So of course, you don't want to expose your whole self for the world to see. You will expose some stuff because, as a man, you're still trying to get, be comfortable with who you are and to express your vulnerability and your emotions. And then, so that's one side, which the public will see. And then they have the other side where you still have to, keep some stuff to yourself. But the ones, this particular work in this book is what I want, the people to see about who Joel Frederick is. As ideally is a book about healing, because after you forgive someone, you want to go through that process now of redemption and healing. So this book is ideally about that next process, which is healing.
Yeah, listen, Joel, you're getting into some deep waters here with these books. Some deep waters. Let me tell you, people, and don't be afraid if you can't swim. He's giving you the tools, right? He's giving you the tools. You know, I admire the fact that when you wrote your book, Simon and Schuster reached out to you. That's one of the big five, the traditional publishing houses, the big ones. And you
Yeah.
said, you know, you're not ready. And I always note that as a self-published author, you're able to retain so much of not just your 100% rights, but as well options to do exactly what you want to do with your book, right?
Exactly.
Whether it's the
Yeah.
book cover or the layout, how it is, self-publishers or what we call self-assisted publishers, they really follow the mandate and follow the direction of the author.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is the difference. That's the major difference. So when they pay you, as they say, those who pay the piper call the tune, right? So if they pay you
Exactly.
to publish your book, you know, you can't just be going around saying, yeah, and put this there, and I don't want this over here. I like it over, yeah, you basically
Yeah.
have to say, okay, well, whatever y'all want to do with it, that's fine with me.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to avoid. I wanted to have full autonomy in my creative process. I mean, eventually, I still, if I eventually go that traditional route, I still want to have some sort of say because it's your intellectual property, is your work. Should have some say. Yeah.
Yeah, and you do. I mean, because a lot of people think, and this is a myth, just letting you know, that once you go traditionally published, it's 100% theirs. That's not true. It really comes down to what the contract says, whether you have agreed to give them rights, 100% of the rights, because that's up to you, right? If you don't like it, walk away. 100%, 80%, right? And also you have the ability to, even if you're publishing in the Caribbean or in the UK, Canada, US, you can still also go to the other markets, right? You can also publish in Africa, in Asia, right? We have an author called Ira Mathur. She's a journalist, and she has gotten a company in India to buy her publishing rights. So her book is being published in India. So it's on the shelves right now in India, in the bookstores, in all the different colloquialisms and different languages in India, because we know that Hindi is not the only language spoken in India, right? And if you didn't know, well, now you know. Okay, guys? We want to thank Joel for being here with us. Joel, before we go, tell us where people can find your book and your books.
Okay, well, my first two books, Caffeinated Whispers and Butterfly on a Purple Moon, those two books are available at Scribbles and Quills in Lange Park, Shogunus. And Caffeinated Whispers, they are available in RIK bookstores nationwide. All my other books, they are available on Amazon.com, or they could get these books through me personally. Once they reach out to me, I'll make the books available to them.
Okay.
Yeah?
Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll leave Joel Frederick's information with you. You can find it in the description of our YouTube video when we put it up on Book Club Corner's YouTube channel. You'll get his email and his number, with his permission, of course, and you can message and find out how you can get the books from him, right? So we want to thank you for being with us, Joel, and ladies and gentlemen, viewers, you're welcome. It was really nice having you.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this platform. It was very insightful, very informative, and you are a great host. I want to know where you get them glasses from. I want to get something like that. I like those glasses, very stylish. So thank you again for having me. Thank you.
We'll talk off air because they're not sponsoring us, right? I want nobody call me and say, hey. Hey, what you trying to do? You're trying to sell my glasses on your show. Listen, tune in with us next week when we chat with another published author. And next week, of course, we have somebody really great lined up for you. We have Chanel Williams. She's a special needs educator, and she'll be here to talk about her book that's really geared towards the teaching service, right? All the educators out there. So tune in next week when we chat with Chanel Williams. And of course, please enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, wherever you may be. Cheers to you. Please remember to, 1, increase and upgrade your literacy. And if you have anyone around you who needs help with their literacy, please don't be afraid to call ALTA in Trinidad and the Tobago Literary Institute. That's Miss Sandiford, good friend of ours. Please get your literacy up. Being functionally literate is not enough. And if you're illiterate, you know that there's a problem. You're not able to function properly in public, right? So get those reading and writing skills up. And it doesn't matter how old you are. Please, reading is fundamental. So we want to thank you for being here with us. Check us next week, Wednesday, again, when we chat with another local author. And before we go, let's quickly thank our part sponsors, Mansa Enterprises, book and stationery store right here in Calder Hall, and they're doing a special giveaway. This is going to be instrumental for our book buyers, mummies, daddies, uncles, aunties. We know how it goes when you're buying books. They're doing a special where you will be getting $150 off with this voucher. And if you want to win the voucher, you have to go to our Facebook page, Book Club Corners Facebook page, and like our page, like Mansa's page, and comment, "I support local." If you don't do those 3 things, you're not going to get the voucher, right? Let's keep that in mind. We also want to thank Latoya LR by Latoya Roberts, right? LR Books. And she has a book called A Collection of Poems. It's a fantastic book. Get into this book. Thank you, Latoya, for part sponsoring the Green Room. And again, cheers to you. Make sure that you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and be safe, guys. Summer is coming to a close. Vacation is coming down. We're heading back to our work and play. And we want to make sure we're reading. So see you next week.
Last year, October 2023, the island tilted. The peaceful bliss of sea, sun, and sand was transcended as we took to the streets to revel in paradise.
We love Tobago Carnival! Tobago! It's such a nice place!
Tobago Carnival right here. We're not leave it till we go right down.
It's the greatest, it's the best, it's safe, and it's beautiful.
I love Tobago, baby. Coming back next year. Hey!
Playing pan on the streets is a magical experience. When the band strike up, it's rhythm, steel, and powder. This is Tobago Carnival, pan in paradise.
Tobago is the best.
Tobago Carnival is the new home for the legend of Calypso. Where else can you get sweet Calypso music that gives you that nostalgic feeling?
Soca Titans is we title, is we monarch. We built artists from scratch who can perform with the best. Real titans of soca.
When last you've been to a party, plenty women looking so nice. We must be in paradise.
This year, ritual takes on new space and dimension. Traditions will be reimagined, breaking free and taking on new meaning on the road.
I love the energy!
This year, the revelry is bigger and better. More colors, more meaning, great packages for the masqueraders. Tobago Carnival is freedom.
This year promoting safety in all events for Tobago Carnival. This year promoting whining, not minding people business. This year promoting clean fun, security and freedom.
freedom to be any version of yourself that you choose to be with love and safety. Yeah,